Hi you guys, this is Allison. I've got a sped up layout. It actually didn't take me all that long in real time, probably less than an hour. So this is one of the page kits, the rodeo page kits that I put together and just posted that video. Probably for you, it was just yesterday. So I have this cute horseshoe, pink and brown paper, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. It's a lot of rows on there, so what I end up doing is cutting out from star row to star row and just doing a top and bottom border. So I did fully voice this over. I had the TV on, watching probably, I think, the Home Network or something while I was doing this page. So it's a relatively simple layout. So I have to cut that part off because I want both the top and bottom rows to be the same. So I've been having some issues with my trimmer, and it gets paper caught in the channel, and then it catches a little bit. And this is a new blade, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. So I thought about adding that. Sorry about that, guys. My daughter was calling me and I had to end it. So I had thought about adding that slightly glossy backside of the horseshoe paper, and I just didn't like the look of it. I wanted the more flat paper. You don't notice. I mean, the shine is fine for the strips. So I have this old paper that I had added to the kit, pinks and greens. I cut off a few strips to have multiple strips on each chunk, but I end up not really liking the look of the green on it. So I'm just going to keep it to the pinks and browns and whites. I get a couple of strips here, and then I'm just going to play around with them and try and decide, I thought about adding them to the top and bottom borders, and I ended up not. See, I'm having issues with that trimmer. So I look at this, and it's okay, but it's just not, it's not it. It's not the answer. Then I look at the green, and I don't feel the need for the green on there. I don't have any of the green ephemera. So I'm just, my typical hemming and hawing. I can't just slap it all down. I wish I could. I end up trimming this photo down. There's quite a bit of Grandma's living room in there that's not needed. And I think that will sort of sit a little better to have two different sized photos. Give me a little more space to play. So just matted them in plain white cardstock. And then I have this pink scrap. It's just a square scrap. It was not quite even on one side, so just trimming it up. And I like it under there, but it's not quite big enough to be a block for both photos. So I come up with a solution. And that is to take one of the strips that I cut and to add it over to the other side. And then I can tuck that pink. I end up tucking it under, yeah. And then the one of the photos can extend over that brown strip. So I'm going to make it a little more narrow so that more of the brown can show, because I felt like it was, I want brown to show beneath those border strips. These get picked up and moved a couple times because I haven't inked them yet, and they do need to get inked. So this is just a temporary. I don't think I've inked anything yet. So just double checking that I like the layout, that everything's going to fit the way I want it to. And then I mess around with it when I start on the ephemera. So just double checking. All right, time for the ephemera. And I start with these cute, there's a couple of different borders, thin 1/2-inch borders on the ephemera page. And so I end up tucking those in. I'm going to use my corner chomper, and I use the scalloped corner chomper. The other side doesn't need to be done because it's going to be tucked under that side strip. And here I go, inking. So I do, if I'm inking everything on the page, I do like to ink the base page as well, usually. It's not always, but usually. So this is, you know, a relatively simple layout. Just one, well, 2 pattern papers, and the background is just a, you know, a tone on tone. A simple blockish layout, but I think it ends up looking pretty cute and taking full advantage of those cute brown and pink, whoops, stickers. All right, so now the photos, I do end up, there was a red poinsettia in my mom's living room there that didn't really fit. It was still alive in February, even though it's for Christmas. So I decided to cover most of it in the photo. And I end up cutting some fishtail banner ends on this just to give it a little more interest. It's very sticky. It was a very sticky banner here. But it was a quick title. So I'm just trying to get it in between, evenly set. And here, see, I messed it up again. Evenly set between the 2 star rows. And then I start binding ephemera. And a few things so I stick them on here just so I can see where I might want them. There's some cute round ones. I think I end up using 2 or 3 of the little round ones. So I'm just shopping and auditioning different locations for things. Here's where I find the banners. So that one's pretty cute. Now I think I may make an adjustment to things again after this, because once again, I still want some brown to show between the, yeah, so just going to move this up a little. so that I can tuck this under. This has little hearts on it, so I can tuck it under and it still leave a little space. Now I end up coming back, I think, and popping some of these things up, so it's not quite so flat. Here we go. Pop it up. It's a cute little pink cowboy boot. Was cute. So I liked that I was able to use a variety of rectangular items and circular items. Yeah, so at this point I take some photo corners, and I don't need all 4. I start them on this picture and then I move them. But that creates a problem when I move it because it delaminated the photo, which was weird. So here's something interesting. I ordered the pictures from Snapfish, but they came in a Shutterfly box. So I guess they're the same company, which I don't know if that's been that way forever or if that's a new thing. So here's where I move the maybe it's in a few minutes. So now I'm going to pop that up. It'd probably be better if I did this ahead of time and decided what was going to be popped up and not. But as I said, these were super sticky, and so you couldn't just test set them down. They were down for good. So it's coming together. Then I find this tag. I do end up writing on the tag, but I've cut that out of the video. I just wrote Go Texan Day is what I wrote on it, and I used a brown marker. And it took a while. It's glossy paper, so it took a while to dry. Just looking for other things. So I have that, I took that off, but that corner is peeled up a little. So now I have to find another sticker to go on the corner of that picture. And I think I end up getting another circular. Yep. And I pop it up because that photo's popped up, so it needs to be popped up. It's flat on the photo and then popped up on the photo underneath it. All right, I think just about finished. A few finishing touches. And these are Felicity Jane, and there was some light, very light pink, little tiny hearts, and so I just add a few hearts on there. There's some that were a dusty rose a little bit, and some that were almost white. So I just add those as a little finishing touch. And it's about to go into regular time. Here, I'm just checking these that I had pulled aside to see if I needed anything. And I think it. So, sorry about that. I had to cut it out and try again. Thanks for watching, you guys. This page is finished. And please come again.